evening everyone, Scotch here, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to check out my video. As always, please hit that subscribe button and that little bell beside it. Feel free to leave a comment as well because YouTube loves that stuff. Anything for the algorithm. If you're new to the channel, you picked a great time to start. This will be my first video in a brand new line of completionist guides made specifically for the dirty casual. These types of campaigns can accomplish many things: achievements, pets, mounts, gear for transmog, and money. All that's required is a little time, a little patience, and a little luck. This video will be concentrating on the tier 2.5 raid set. I've decided to use my marksmanship hunter for this series, as the 2.5 set looks decent enough for hunters, and it's certainly unique. My warrior is a far older character and will probably have an easier time on a few of these adventures, but I'm enjoying the hunter right now, so that's what we're going to roll with. And let's be honest, the warrior 2.5 set looks like garbage. 2.5 was a huge deviation from Blizzard's standard raid tier acquisition methodology, and still is to this day. Tiers 1, 2, and 3, all acquired in Vanilla WoW, were simple drops from bosses in the raids. Tier 1 came from Molten Core, Tier 2 from Blackwing Lair, and Tier 3 from Naxxramas. 2.5, found in Ahn'Qiraj 40, or AQ 40, turned everything on its head. Not only did you not get the pieces of the 2.5 set from bosses, you were also locked behind your reputation with the Brood of Nozdormu. You had to collect a crap ton of little widgets and gizmos, and complete a quest for each of the 5 pieces of gear. Not to mention, during AQ 40's heyday, it was the hardest raid in the game and broke many guilds. At least you don't have to worry about that aspect in today's game. Your max level tune will mow through everything in this place. If you don't already know, Ahn'Qiraj is located in southern Silithus, right on the border with Uldum. Don't worry about talking to the Bronze Dragon and resetting the zone. Sargeras' giant sword has no impact on the raid, and the quests you need to pick up are given by NPCs inside the zone after the first boss. Even starting from scratch, it will not take you long to knock this set out. A few weekly resets should be all that you need. Now, don't fret, there are a lot of cool things that come from this raid, so you'll probably want a few runs under your belt to maximize your chances of getting the cool stuff. First things first, this place is huge. Back in the day, you could only use special mounts that dropped from various mobs in the raid to get around inside. 4 such mounts drop, and they are different color variations of the same cool bug mount. Think Starship Troopers. Nowadays, you can use any mount you want, but don't worry, you will still get the bug mounts to drop. A lot, actually. You'll be sick of seeing the blue, yellow, and green ones drop after a couple of runs. The red one, however, is super cool and even comes with an achievement. It is much more rare than the other 3, even though while recording footage of my last run through AQ 40, the stupid thing dropped twice. According to Wowhead, it has a 1 to 2% drop chance off of certain mobs, so I don't know. Maybe YouTube video prep is pleasing to the RNG gods. Anyway, don't forget to mount up when you can save a lot of time. The first boss is literally right around the corner after you zone in, after a few trash packs. Once you down him, make sure your low-level quest tracker is on, and go into the building behind where he was standing. Inside, you'll see 3 bronze dragons in humanoid forms, each with a bunch of quests. These are the quests you need to complete to get your pieces of gear. There are 5 total, 1 for a helm, shoulders, chest, legs, and boots. All the items you need will drop from nearly everything inside the raid. Most of the items are the uncommon, don't worry, they aren't that uncommon, scarabs. They can drop from everything. You can also find them in chests throughout the raid. The keys necessary for opening said chests are also plentiful. Make sure you have plenty of bag space and just hoard everything you get. The rare idle pieces needed for the quest are broken down by class, so you won't need to keep every single one of those. So pick up those quests, mount up, and start killing everything in sight, because I'm sure, as you will have noticed by now, the quests also have a reputation requirement to complete. Thankfully, the highest you have to get with the Brood of Nozdormu is friendly, which isn't nearly as bad as it sounds. You'll get rep from every mob you kill up through neutral, and each boss drops a Qiraji Lord's insignia which can be turned in for a 500 Nozdormu rep, as well as 500 rep with the Cenarian Circle. You'll roll through the rep, so don't sweat it. You'll discover quickly that the bosses are a pushover, as are most old world NPCs when you're max level. If you're a hunter, perk up, as even the bug bosses in here are tameable, so go nuts. Now I should warn you that there is one boss in here that is an incredible pain in the ass. He can't kill you, but he has an insane gimmicky mechanic that will drive you to alcohol poisoning if you aren't prepared. Visitus is a giant green slime blob. Thankfully, he isn't necessary to advance through the raid, nor to earn the achievement. However, he does drop one of the necessary items needed for the 2.5 gear quests that are sitting impatiently in your quest log. Here's the skinny on this guy. You have to do frost damage to get him to become frozen. Then, while he's frozen, you have to hit him 30 times with a melee ability. You have 30 seconds. If your class can do frost damage, you're in luck. If you can't, you have to improvise. The best thing to do is to grab some cheap fast weapons, preferably daggers if you can, and slap a cheap frost damage enchant on them. When he freezes, and if you're ranged, switch over to those weapons and go ham. Whatever you do, don't be dumb like me and use a massive two-handed axe with the slowest possible attack speed while not summoning your pet to help you with the melee attacks. Dumb. Thankfully, once I did remember my raptor, I managed to just barely get the 30 attacks in and finally kill him. He also dropped the item I needed, so I felt slightly better about myself. Everything else in here is pretty trivial. Pay attention and don't run by the door to Cthulhu, the last boss. Believe it or not, it's easy to miss. Kill him and then head back up to the 3 quest givers. Chances are you'll have 1 or 2 of the quests knocked out already. Rinse and repeat until you get your set. I was able to finally knock it out last night because, thankfully, I had a ton of the necessary items I needed in my bank from way back in Legion, which was when I first started the farm for this set. The idols and the scarabs are not soulbound, so you can throw any excess you have on the auction house to see if anyone bites. I would not recommend buying them for yourself. They are too plentiful in the raid and you'd be wasting your money. So there you have it, kids. Blizzard made 2.5 a little more convoluted, but you don't have to rely on RNG nearly as much for this set. Just in case you're curious, here's what the Hunter set looks like, complete with the gloves that drop off the Twin Emperors. This is really worth the effort. You'll get a cool, unique armor set, unless you're a paladin or a warrior. I'm sorry, but they look horrible in 2.5. You'll get some mounts, some pets, some achievements, and make some money along the way. Not a bad way to spend some time in game. That's all she wrote for this one, fam. I hope you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane, and I hope this has encouraged you to go grab this set. It's often one of the more forgotten ones. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night. Once again, this is Scotch, one half of Sour Mash and Scotch. Please hit that subscribe button and leave tons of comments, even if they're telling me how trashy this video was. I really like those. Have a good one, kids. Until next time.